There are lots of tips and tricks videos to help you improve your accuracy or learn which gun is the most powerful, but these are quick fixes which are important to know but won't truly improve your game in the long run. I'm sick and tired of games which allow spawn trapping to be a legitimate tactic, where you spawn in, get shot in the back after 5 seconds. Or here, where I spawn 10 feet away from another enemy player, where I move up and get shot in the back. Or the ridiculous yet legitimized tactic of firing a grenade in the general direction of the enemy who just killed you before. Many popular games today have implemented a 30-foot vertical leap in order to evade bullets. Mobility has always been an advantage, but this is taking it a bit far. Bunny hopping was always bad, but now it's just flat out ridiculous. When I can get a kill walking 5 feet out of my spawn, it takes away the importance of individual characters in a match. Here you can see that spray and pray tactics are dominating the game world today. Rarely do you find games where gathering intel on the enemy is actually part of the game. Even Call of Duty has nearly done away with UAVs throughout the years. Games today promote running around, spraying and praying as a superior game style and strategy, which is almost required for success in many games. As I said before, mobility is necessary for success, but continuous sprinting until death creates a game environment which is far from realistic. I've always been fairly successful at Call of Duty and other such rushing games, but it wasn't until I played slower games, such as The Last of Us, that I realized how much more fun it is to outwit and outsmart your opponent. These elements have been nearly removed from rushing games, and I for one am sick of the constant degradation of tactics in multiplayer games. And speaking of multiplayer, why is it that most multiplayer games require almost no reliance on allies? Where's the teamwork? Since when was a battle or a war won by a single man? I'll tell you when. Never. Never has it been done. Why have games lost all realism and gone towards creating super soldiers? Let's go back to supporting your team through your actions instead of going one-man army. It's time to put the multi back in multiplayer. As you can tell from this gameplay, I'm very excited for the release of Metal Gear Online, which is one day away. With the launch of a new tactical, team-based game comes a plethora of new strategies and tactics. I'm going to test if real military tactics are applicable to the simulated virtual environment of Metal Gear Online. I'm going to analyze and attempt to apply the teachings of Sun Tzu in his book, The Art of War, to the virtual world of Metal Gear Online. Once the game launches, I will dedicate a new video every week to each chapter of the book, testing what strategies work and which ones might be outdated. The topics include laying the plans, waging war, attack by stratagem, tactical dispositions, energy, weak points and strong, maneuvering, variation of tactics, the army on the march, and terrain. Julius Caesar and Napoleon Bonaparte were two of the world's greatest tacticians. They were well acquainted with the ideas from this book. Many battles, based off this information, have been used as education tools for thousands of years in military academies across the globe. Sun Tzu once said, "All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved." Knowing the tactics for victory is one thing, but knowing how to implement them and when to implement them is a whole other ballgame. We will be recording and dissecting real MGO game footage while utilizing these tactics and see how they fare against real players. You can watch me and my team carry out these military tactics live on Twitch and watch the breakdown videos on YouTube each week. You will learn the strategies to use with your team to increase survivability and victory. Come with me on this journey through history and let's develop the best tactics and strategies we can. Keep an eye out for the next video where we will learn about laying plans and waging war, and with it, the essential rules of engagement laid out in the first 2 chapters of The Art of War.